In a world where entertainment and celebrity culture have the power to unite millions across borders, one name has been making headlines with unstoppable momentum: Yaman. The Turkish heartthrob, whose career has already conquered Europe and much of Latin America, has now stepped onto one of the most prestigious stages in American television history, The Tonight Show. What unfolded during his appearance was not just a television event, but a cultural moment, one that left fans stunned, critics intrigued, and the world asking the same burning question: what will Yaman do next? This wasn't just another guest interview, this was a statement, a declaration that his journey is only beginning, and that the global entertainment stage may have just gained its newest giant. To understand why this moment is so significant, we need to rewind to the roots of Yaman's rise. Born and raised in Istanbul, Can's path to stardom was anything but ordinary. Trained as a lawyer, his destiny seemed set in the world of courts and contracts. Yet something in him yearned for more, something that could not be confined by office walls or legal documents. When he turned to acting, it was not simply a career change, it was the discovery of his true calling. From his early roles in Turkish dramas to his breakout performance in Erkenci Kuş, Daydreamer, Can's combination of raw talent, undeniable charisma, and screen presence made him impossible to ignore. With Demet Özdemir as his co-star, he lit up the screen in a way that crossed language barriers, making millions of viewers from Italy to Spain, from Brazil to the Middle East, fall in love with him. But success in Turkey and Europe is one thing, breaking into the American entertainment market is another. The US is often described as the final frontier for international stars. Many try, but few succeed. This is why Can's presence on The Tonight Show is not just a milestone, but a signal that his career has reached a whole new level. Sitting across from the host, under the bright lights of one of the most watched late-night shows in the world, Yaman was not just an international guest, he was the main event. Dressed sharply, with his signature charm and confidence, he managed to captivate not only the live audience in the studio but also millions watching at home and countless more on social media platforms where clips of his appearance spread like wildfire. What made his appearance unforgettable was not just his looks or presence, it was the story he told. He spoke of his journey, his transformation from law to acting, his struggles to adapt to fame, and the immense responsibility of representing not just himself, but Turkish television and culture on the global stage. He reflected on the challenges of constantly being in the spotlight, the loneliness that can come with international fame, and his hopes for the future. For many American viewers, it was their first introduction to him, and it's safe to say, they were left spellbound. The internet erupted with comments: "Who is this man? Where has he been hiding? I need to watch everything he's ever done." Within hours, Yaman became a trending topic in the US, a feat not easily accomplished by international stars. But beyond the charming anecdotes and heartfelt reflections, there was a deeper layer to his Tonight Show debut. Can spoke about his future projects, hinting at international films, potential Hollywood collaborations, and even the possibility of a global streaming series that could bring his talents to an even wider audience. While he remained mysterious about details, the hints were enough to set the entertainment world buzzing. Speculation ran wild: was he about to star in a Netflix original produced in Los Angeles? Could he be joining a major Hollywood franchise? Or was he preparing to bring Turkish storytelling to the world stage in a way that had never been done before? Each possibility seemed bigger than the last, and with every smile and pause, Can let the intrigue grow, knowing exactly how to keep the world talking. The Tonight Show appearance also highlighted another important aspect of Can's rise: his ability to connect across cultures. When he spoke about Italy, the country that embraced him as one of their own, fans there celebrated his recognition in America as though it was their personal victory. When he mentioned Turkey, audiences felt a surge of pride that one of their own was being introduced to American audiences not as a side note, but as a leading man worthy of international attention. In Latin America, where soap operas and dramas dominate television culture, his presence felt like a natural extension of a love story that had already begun years ago. For American audiences, the intrigue was fresh, exciting, and exotic. In short, Yaman managed to unite fans from different corners of the globe in a single night. And of course, no Yaman story is ever complete without whispers about his personal life. The Tonight Show host, naturally, could not resist asking about the endless rumors linking him to various co-stars and international personalities. True to form, Ken smiled, answered with charm, and left just enough mystery to keep fans guessing. Was there a hidden reference to Demet Özdemir, the co-star who defined his early career and who fans still believe holds a special place in his heart? Was there a nod to his rumored connections in Italy, including the controversial gossip about his personal relationships? Whatever the case, the subtlety of his responses made them even more powerful. He didn't need to give details. His silence, his half-smiles, and his carefully chosen words were enough to fuel headlines for days. But the question that lingers is, what's next? After dominating Europe, after making Italy his second home, and now stepping onto American late-night television, Yaman stands on the edge of true global superstardom. Insiders claim that meetings with Hollywood producers are already happening, that scripts are being read, and that offers are being considered. If that is true, then this Tonight Show appearance was not just an interview, it was the launchpad for the next chapter of his career. A chapter that could see him transition from being a European heartthrob to an international household name on par with some of Hollywood's most famous leading men. Fans, naturally, are both excited and anxious. They fear that as Ken rises higher, he might lose the authenticity and accessibility that made him so beloved in the first place. But if his Tonight Show appearance proved anything, it's that he knows how to stay true to himself while embracing the opportunities that come his way. His warmth, his honesty, and his ability to balance vulnerability with confidence shone through every moment of the interview. It reassured fans that no matter how far he goes, he will always carry a piece of his journey, his culture, and his roots with him. The aftermath of the show was nothing short of explosive. Social media platforms flooded with clips, fan edits, and emotional reactions. News outlets across the US and Europe covered his appearance, many dubbing him the Turkish star ready to take over Hollywood. In Turkey, fans celebrated his success as though it were a national achievement, while in Italy, where he has been practically adopted, newspapers praised him for representing their country's entertainment culture with pride. Demet Özdemir's name, unsurprisingly, also trended, as fans speculated about what she might think watching Can conquer yet another stage. Would she feel pride, nostalgia, or perhaps a quiet longing for the days when they stood side by side on screen? As the world watches, Yaman's next steps will determine whether this moment becomes just another highlight in his already glittering career or the beginning of something truly historic. What seems certain is that the Tonight Show appearance was no accident, it was a carefully chosen move, one that positioned him exactly where he wants to be, at the center of the global conversation. And as the applause from that night echoes into the future, one thing is clear, the world is stunned, Yaman has dominated, and what happens next may very well change the course of his career forever.